All right, it's time for us to have a conversation this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. And of course, we're going to be talking with Toyin Eleniyan. Toyin Eleniyan is a TV host, an on-air personality as well. And this morning, she'll be talking to us about Nigeria Amplified. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm very well. How are you?
Very well, thank you. All right, so Toyin, you're talking about Nigeria Amplified. Today is the Independence Day.
Right, correct.
And Nigeria Amplified is something that people haven't heard about. Tell us more about it.
Well, I think as a journalist, as a TV presenter, something I've been doing for the last decade. And the one thing that I have recurrently encountered is that people have stories. There are a lot of people doing amazing things, interesting things. And I think that it's important to share those stories because people need to be encouraged and, you know, inspired by what other people are doing. And we all know that to achieve any level of success in Nigeria, you must definitely have some hurdles to surmount. And I think that in hearing, you know, stories from people who have achieved success and what they've been through, I think it gives people that inspiration, that encouragement and that hope that wherever you are right now, you can get to where you want to get to. So that's basically the premise of Nigeria Amplified.
So you're pursuing a Guinness World Record. What is that about?
So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's pursuing it, but the approach of the show and the format of the show actually does entitle it to be classified as a Guinness World Record attempt because it will be the longest interview ever.
Longest interview ever.
Yes.
So it's supposed to span across how many?
Well, Nigeria is 64 years old and has had its independence for 64 years rather, and this show will be 64 hours at minimum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you kept going on about 64, I thought you were about to say 64 days. I was
no,
okay.
I don't think that it's actually humanly possible for anyone to sit and talk continuously for 64 days. No.
Never can tell. Loads of impossible records are currently being broken.
There's impossible, but I think this is framed within the constraints of biological capability and capacity. So I just don't think
never say never. But let's talk about this. Yes. 64 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, the 64 hours Nigeria's independence, so it was actually initially planned to start on Independence Day. But we've had to sort of reschedule, recalibrate and re-strategize. So it will be happening still within Nigerian Independence Month of October, but starting on the 29th. The idea is to talk to individuals across different industries, different sectors, and just share stories. I mean, I think that it's important to also frame the narratives that the world has about us for ourselves. So the premise is, of course, to share inspirational and hope stories of hope, trials being surmounted, and you know the result of achievement, which is basically the premise of the name of the show.
So as an OAP and also as a television host, your experience is going to go into this. Is it going to be a televised event or is just going to be strictly audio?
No, it's televised, so it's an audio-visual event, so you'll be able to see the guests and hear them.
Okay.
And it's going to be syndicated, so we have a lot of media partners where you'll be seeing it on social media platforms, TV and online streaming as well.
All right. So what do you aim to achieve with this?
Well, the aim is, as I've said, we have to write our own narratives and create our own narratives and show the world that Nigeria is full of brilliant, resilient individuals, people who are doing amazing things, whether it's in the creative arts, whether it's in entertainment, whether it's in the finance sector, whether it's in medicine. We have Nigerians who are brilliant and they need to be seen and heard by the world. So that's what I hope to share. I hope to share that Nigerians have a vast array of capacities and talents and abilities, and we want the world to see that.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Toyin Eleniyan. You prefer to be called Toyin, I know.
Yes.
All right. At this point, we'll take a quick break. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit. Just stay with us.